الرفيقات والرفاق النواب، ينعقد مؤتمرنا هذا في ظرف دولي دقيق تسوده النزعة الرأسمالية المتوحشة الجامحة إلى الهيمنة واستشراء النزاعات المسلحة والتطرف والإرهاب والعنصرية وانتهاك الحقوق والمكتسبات النقبية والعمالية والتسلط المطلق للسياسات النيو ليبرالية المغيبة لحقوق الإنسان والمخلة بالتوازنات البيئية وباستحقاقات الأجيال القادمة. وينعقد مؤتمرنا أيضا في مرحلة غير مسبوقة تشهد فيها التكنولوجيا الرقمية تطورا منقطع النظير تنذر بتحولات عميقة في مجال العمل والعلاقات الشغلية والمجتمعية. الرفيقات والرفاق النواب، تواجه الحركة النقبية العالمية تحديات صعبة، منها ما هو متصل بأدائها الداخلي، ومنها ما يتعلق بمحيطها المتقلب، ومنها ما هو متصل بالهجمة الرأسمالية على الحق النقابي، ومنها ما يدخل في باب الاستشراف. ولأن شددت الوثيقة المقدمة للمؤتمر الداعية إلى تعزيز نفوذ الشغالين بما يمكنهم من تغيير القواعد الحالية التي تحكم النظام الاقتصادي العالمي، فإننا نأمل أن تشهد المرحلة القادمة أثرا ملموسا وتجسيدا فعليا لهذه الإرادة. وحتى يكون ذلك كذلك، فإننا نأمل أن يكون مؤتمرنا هذا فرصة لبحث السبل الكفيلة بتفعيل دور الاتحاد الدولي للنقابات ليكون شريكا اجتماعيا فاعلا مؤثرا وحاسما في صنع القرار الدولي، ومناسبة لمناقشة مستقبل علاقتنا مع المؤسسات المالية العالمية وفق مقاربة نقدية وأكثر ندية وأكثر جدية وأكثر انسجاما وتوافقا مع القيم والمبادئ التي أسست من أجلها الحركة النقبية. الرفيقات والرفاق النواب، لقد حاولنا في تونس وما نزال نحاول صياغة الإجابات على كافة التحديات التي تواجهنا من تلك الإجابات التي نعتز بها تجربة الحوار الوطني المتوج بجائزة نوبل للسلام لسنة 2015 التي وإن أسندت إلى تونس فإننا نعتبرها قد أسندت للحركة النقبية العالمية. كما نعتز بدستور البلاد الجديد الذي كانت الحقوق الفردية والجماعية حاضرة فيه بقوة، وبالخصوص الحق النقابي وحق الإضراب، ونفتخر بالعقد الاجتماعي الذي استوفى منذ أيام قليلة أحد شروطه الأساسية والمتمثلة في انعقاد الجلسة الأولى التأسيسية للمجلس الوطني للحوار الاجتماعي ودخوله طور العمل الفعلي. لكن ما زالت أمامنا تحديات كثيرة لتثبيت الديمقراطية دون ردة إلى الاستبداد ولمقاومة الفقر والفساد وتحقيق نهضة اقتصادية قائمة على منوال تنموي دامج وعادل ودحر الإرهاب وتحقيق الاستقرار، وخاصة تحقيق مزيد من المكاسب للعمال في تونس. وقد خضنا منذ أسبوعين إضرابا عاما في الوظيفة العمومية، وهو إضراب جاء دفاعا عن الحق في المفاوضة الجماعية وعن حق الموظفين العموميين في الزيادة في الأجور، وحدا من تأثيرات تدخل صندوق النقد الدولي في اقتصاد بلادنا. كما أننا مقدمون على إضراب عام ثان في الوظيفة العمومية والقطاع العام لنفس الأهداف. الرفيقات والرفاق النواب، يعيش العالم اليوم على وقع صراع محموم بين قوى الهيمنة التي اختارت منطقة الشرق الأوسط والقارة الإفريقية على وجه الخصوص مسرحا لحروبها ونزاعاتها وفضاء لتسدير أزماتها، وهو ما يضع المنطقة أمام خطر التدمير والاقتتال والإرهاب المصدر والابتزاز والتدخل السافر في إدارة شؤون بلدانها. ولا أمل لها للخروج من هذا النفق إلا بالمراهنة على قواها الذاتية والقوى التقدمية المحبة للسلام. لذلك نحن ننتظر أن يكون مؤتمرنا منطلقا لإعادة صياغة المقومات الجديدة للتضامن النقابي العالمي على قاعدة القيم الإنسانية السامية ومبادئ الحرية والتعايش السلمي والحوار بين الحضارات وإقرار المساواة بين المرأة والرجل ونبذ العنف المسلط على المرأة في مواقع العمل والدفاع عن المهاجرين ومجابهة موجات العنصرية والتمييز. الرفيقات والرفاق النواب، أنه من العسير مواجهة ما يتربص بنا من تحديات ومخاطر في ظل استمرار التسابق نحو التسلح وافتعال النزاعات والحروب لأغراض جيو استراتيجية. أن ما يقترف من تسليح متعمد للجهات المتقاتلة في هذه المنطقة أو تلك وهذا البلد أو ذاك، وخاصة في اليمن وسوريا وليبيا والعراق، وما يقترف من جرائم وانتهاكات ترتقي إلى مرتبة جرائم الحرب في حق شعوب هذه البلدان، وما يقوم به الكيان الصهيوني من اعتداءات سافرة وممارسة وحشية في حق الشعب الفلسطيني، ومن إصرار على قلع جذوره من أرضه وتجريده من حقه في العودة وفي تقرير مصيره بنفسه وبناء دولته على أرضه. وأن ما يصدر من مبادرات المنافية للقانون الدولي والأعراف الدولية كتلك الصادرة عن عربدة إدارة ترامب والقاضية بنقل سفارته إلى القدس وبطرد السفير الفلسطيني من واشنطن ووقف الدعم عن وكالة الأمم المتحدة لغوث وتشغيل اللاجئين الفلسطينيين، لهي أبلغ دليل على ما نعيشه اليوم من اختلالات وما يتربصن من مخاطر وصعوبات، أنها مبادرات وممارسات تتعارض مع مبادئ حقوق الإنسان ومع الشرعية الدولية، بل وتغذي الكراهية والتباغض بين الشعوب وتهدد كل تقدم نحو إحلال السلام، وتضع العالم تحت فوة بركان حرب كونية ماحقة، وعلينا جميعا أن نتجند لمقاومتها وإبطال محاولاتها حماية للسلام والإنسانية. أرجو التوفيق لمؤتمرنا، وأننا لنرنو إلى عالم أفضل، النصر للحركة النقابية العالمية. شكرا.
Amandla. Good morning, comrades. My name is Ashley Benjamin from Fedusa, South Africa. I want to talk about the impact of illicit financial flows and base erosion and profit shifting on the African continent in particular. In February 2015, a high-level panel on illicit financial flows from Africa, chaired by former President Thabo Mbeki, submitted its report to the African Union Commission and the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa. The report found that African countries loses on average 50 billion US dollars annually through illicit financial flows, base erosion, and profit shifting. According to the report, multinational corporations shift profits to subsidiaries in low tax or secrecy jurisdictions, where in most cases, those subsidiaries exist on paper only, with only 1 or 2 employees, while the bulk of the activities are in another country. Multinational companies are siphoning capital from African countries through tax evasion by using tax havens to shelter profits. The OECD 15-point program equips governments and tax agencies with instruments to curb tax avoidance, ensuring profits are taxed where economic activities generated their profits from. This has become a worldwide phenomenon where multinational companies has been paying less taxes over the last decade. If the global labor movement is not going to be proactive to fight this scourge, it will rob, in particular, the developing world of good revenue to enhance economic development, poverty alleviation, job creation, and improving social protection floors like education and access to healthcare. So what should be done? We note that ITUC Africa has been carrying out a number of educational campaigns to inform the African continent in particular and national centers on how multinational companies are siphoning capital from the continent. But that's not good enough. As the global labor movement, we must start with serious campaigns to fight the scourge of base erosion, profit shifting, and illicit financial flows. I thank you. Amandla.
Camarades congressistes, camarades travailleurs de par le monde, je saisis cette tribune pour tout d'abord remercier les camarades de la LFTF pour la parfaite organisation de ce 4e congrès. Et dans cette droite ligne, je voudrais exprimer mes félicitations aux camarades membres du Conseil général de la CSI Afrique et ceux du secrétariat général de la CSI pour l'immense travail abattu au cours de ce mandat dans le sens de la construction et du développement d'organisations syndicales fortes pour la défense et la protection des travailleurs et travailleuses. En effet, face à la cupidité et à l'envie démesurée des employeurs, surtout ceux des multinationales, de toujours maximiser le profit au détriment du mieux-être des travailleurs et travailleuses, nous avons besoin d'avoir des organisations fortes, assez fortes, avec des dirigeants bien déterminés à engager et maintenir la lutte d'émancipation des travailleurs et travailleuses. Oui, il n'est plus tolérable qu'en même temps qu'ils font tout pour faire prospérer leurs capitaux, les patrons de ces multinationales ne s'entourent d'aucun scrupule pour exploiter les forces de production que sont les travailleurs et qui sont à dessein maintenus dans la précarité. Oui, nous devons continuer par dénoncer, combattre cette mondialisation sauvage qui écarte de la jouissance des fruits et bénéfices la grande partie du monde que constituent ces vaillants et vaillantes travailleurs producteurs de la richesse. Oui, nous devons mener la lutte en nous donnant la tête de nos différents États, des gouvernants qui comprennent qu'on ne peut plus continuer de soumettre nos États au pouvoir des multinationales qui se permettent de leur dicter leurs règles à travers les institutions internationales que sont l'OMC, le FMI et la Banque mondiale. Pour cela, il est impérieux pour nous de renforcer le pouvoir des travailleurs, comme l'énonce le thème de ce 4e congrès, en changeant les règles. Il nous faut mettre fin à l'appétit vorace et égoïste de ces minorités qui détiennent la grande part des richesses. Il s'agit également de redonner aux travailleurs et travailleuses la dignité à travers les 4 piliers du travail décent. C'est au nom de cette dignité que nous devons continuer par nous battre aux côtés des travailleurs et du peuple palestinien pour leur droit à vivre sur leur propre territoire, reconnu comme tel, et à accéder à toutes les conditions du travail décent. Le 4e congrès de la CSI constitue un grand tournant dans la quête et la dignité du pouvoir pour les travailleurs et travailleuses. Changeons les règles pour placer l'homme plutôt devant le capital et non le contraire. Je vous remercie.
Chers camarades, honorables camarades, c'est un grand honneur pour moi de pouvoir m'exprimer devant vous tous aujourd'hui. Je suis Mboula, secrétaire général de l'Union des syndicats autonomes de Madagascar, l'USAM. Avant d'échanger mes points de vue, permettez-moi d'adresser mes vives félicitations pour la reconduction de la secrétaire générale, chers camarades, moi, l'USAM et toutes les organisations affiliées et tous les syndicats malagasy vous félicitent à cette nouvelle mission et vous souhaitent bonne continuation et bon courage dans toutes les démarches et les processus de changer les règles. Je profite de cette occasion également pour adresser solennellement la gratitude de l'USAM envers la CSI et la CSI Afrique pour leur soutien lors de l'arrestation et l'emprisonnement de notre président et un de nos militants en 2015. Grâce à notre solidarité et soutien mutuel, ils ont été acquittés après tous les procès. Changer les règles, renforcer le pouvoir des travailleurs, ce sont des élocutions qui se répètent automatiquement dans nos têtes en tant que syndicalistes. Mais que signifie exactement changer? Changer dans quel sens? Quand changer? De quelles règles nous voulons changer? Sommes-nous réellement attentifs, prêts au changement que nous voulons? Notre comportement et attitude, individuelle qu'organisationnelle, locale que globale, tendent-ils vers ce changement? Comment voyons-nous nous changer? Nous voulons que les règles changent, mais créons-les. Laissons régner la démocratie et la transparence au sein de notre organisation. Remplaçons le népotisme et le favoritisme par la motivation et l'exhortation, parce qu'il y a toujours des leaders brillants et compétents, mais introvertis parmi nos militants et qui sont prêts à tout donner pour faire la différence. Il est vrai que les lobbies et les plaidoyers sont des techniques très utilisées par les syndicalistes, mais donnons une chance égale à tout le monde. Soyons logiques en nous-mêmes. Ayons toujours à l'esprit que nous prônons pour la justice et pour la paix sociale. Et en effet, adoptons des attitudes et des comportements qui nous mènent à cette vision. À ce moment-là, nous commençons à créer notre changement parce que c'est ce changement que nous vivons, que nous reflétons dans le monde du travail et dans le monde en général. Voulons-nous la démocratie et la paix sociale? Créons-les. Voulons-nous une économie juste, équitable et distribuée? Créons-la. Voulons-nous une transition juste? Créons-la. Voulons-nous l'égalité? Créons-la. Faisons la différence par rapport à la situation actuelle. Faisons la différence par rapport au temps. Faisons la différence par rapport à l'espace. Faisons la différence. Avant de terminer, je lance un appel de solidarité en ce moment face aux entreprises multinationales, spécialement pour eux qui sont implantés chez nous à Madagascar. En ce moment, nous avons besoin de l'aide pour trouver plus d'informations sur ces deux entreprises qui exploitent à Madagascar. Il s'agit de Akeson Organics et Ferromining. Akeson est une société britannique qui fabrique des chocolats à partir de cacao plantés à Madagascar. Le chocolat en question est vendu partout à l'Europe, partout dans l'Europe et puis dans le monde aussi, et a eu beaucoup de succès parce qu'il a des awards depuis 2011. Trouver des informations pour pouvoir faire pression afin que la société respecte les droits des travailleurs qui exploitent ces cacao à Madagascar. Si la situation ne reste la même, nous vous lancerons un appel de solidarité plus forte ultérieurement en faisant campagne auprès des clients et des autres parties prenantes. J'attire votre attention que ça fait 2 mois que les travailleurs dans l'exploitation ne perçoivent pas leur salaire. Et notons que le salaire à Madagascar est de 46 dollars américains par mois. Et la société n'a pas payé la cotisation sociale entre 1996 à 2015. Donc, ces travailleurs-là, ils ne reçoivent pas une pension lors de leur retraite. La même chose passe pour la société Ferromainin, qui est une société russe qui vient de s'installer récemment chez nous. Les travailleurs sont inquiets à cause de la manque d'informations et aux attitudes des dirigeants locaux qui tendent à violer leurs droits. Et d'ailleurs, ils sont en grève actuellement. Nous laisserons des lettres pour la CSI, et puis CSI Afrique aussi, bien sûr. Et puis, nous fournirons des dossiers nécessaires. Chers camarades, le chemin des syndicats a toujours été un chemin qui mène à une destination précise. Je vous souhaite bonne route. Mettons en évidence notre vision, notre mission et nos valeurs. Si nous voulons vraiment le changement, nous trouverons les moyens. Osons les changements. Faisons la différence. Let's make the difference. Je vous remercie.
My name's Anita Seruaji, coming from Uganda, from the union called National Union of Creative Performing Artists and Allied Workers, affiliated to NOTU, National Organization of Free Trade Union. I'm here to share with you about the informal sector, mostly the art industry in Uganda. The Artists Union in Uganda is registered and it's an umbrella organization for all artists and their groups, formed in 2006 with the aim of protecting the rights of stakeholders in the art industry. Artists Union is a voice and a bridge that bridges the gap between the artist leaders, the government, the employers, and workers. Our active membership is around 7,058. And our scope, we have musicians, we have producers, we have directors, filmmakers, distributors, radio presenters, and TV. We have musical bands, etc. According to the World Population Review of 2018, estimates that the Uganda population is around 44.27 millions in Uganda. And the number of estimation of youth and women who are in informal sector is around 78% of the population. And the majority of them are in informal sector, which is very big, with the women and youth covering a very big percentage of the population. But so far, the entertainment industry employs more than 300 3,000 living, 3,000 people living on art and intellectual property. But there is exploitation in the industry, having seen a lot of loopholes and gaps in the Uganda Copyright Act, which was passed in 2006. Its implementation is next to the impossible for the art industry to grow, and yet we are the majority in the country. We're here to share and have a chance to benchmark and network with other international sister unions and relevant organizations, institutions regarding the art industry in Uganda. The youth employment in Uganda is at stake because, as I said, the majority, they are unemployed and they are in the informal sector. So we beg our sister unions to work with us, to come together, because we need a lot to know. We need a lot of information about the copyright. We are exploited in Uganda as artists. We would have been very rich, but because of the way we operate, because of the laws are not implemented, you find that the artists in Uganda, they are not recognized. And yet, we are the educators of the young ones. We are the educators of those people who are not educated in the country. We are the voice of the voiceless people who are in rural areas in Uganda. Uganda's education is very poor. It's very rich, so that whereby the majority of commoners can't afford the education system. So you find that the majority, the people who are in the informal sector, 90% and never went to school. But the only way to work with, to understand the international laws, to understand the government or national treaties, is using art as a tool to the majority. Thank you. I remain Anita Sirwaj.
Good morning, my comrades, and good morning, the World Congress of ITUC. My name is Frida Oosthuizen, and I'm from COSATU, South Africa. And the topic that I'm going to talk to is the issue of the national minimum wage. In South Africa, it was a long struggle for the national minimum wage to be implemented. We had a very huge battle. At last, the national minimum wage is implemented. It was signed off last week by the president, and it will be implemented on the 1st of January 2019. This is a start for a living wage. So therefore, to meet the threshold, we see ourselves as South Africa COSATU to say that this is one step that we have taken. And this minimum wage in South Africa is 3,500 Rand per month. And the 3,500 Rand per month is equal to $18. We also support ITUC minimum wage campaign, which assisted us a lot. It also leads to this thing that many workers out there is still not unionized. And it means with this national minimum wage that was implemented in South Africa, it means we can win the struggle to bring those that is outside of the unions inside into the unions. Because when we as COSATU do our analysis on the national minimum wage, we see that those that have won the struggle for a national minimum wage is mostly those that is not unionized. So it is also an eye-opening for us. It will also strengthen our affiliates because there's different affiliates. Because when we look at, there's a threshold, then when we look at this thing, we see that the domestic workers, which is mostly women, also the farm workers, and also the retail workers, because a cashier in South Africa that works for Pick n Pay or for Checkers is earning 17 Rand per hour and not even 20 Rand. So this national minimum wage is a 20 Rand per hour. It also pushed us as COSATU to start thinking about our social comprehensive security fund and also strengthen that campaign so that moving forward, that will be our next campaign. We're going to lead 2 campaigns moving forward, a living wage campaign and a campaign on the issue of social comprehensive security. And we want to say to those that is still outside of the unions, please come into the fold, because outside it is cold. Nobody's going to do anything for you unless you come into the fold, and then we can strive and struggle and work together. Amandla.
Chers camarades, je représente l'Union marocaine du travail, organisation marocaine historique, indépendante et représentative. Je transmets mes salutations au nom des travailleuses et des travailleurs marocains aux congressistes du 4e congrès à Copenhague. Ces congressistes venant de 330 organisations syndicales à travers le monde prouvent la force syndicale de notre Confédération syndicale internationale CIC. Chers camarades, le mouvement syndical international doit faire face à de nombreux défis, d'abord à la dictature du pouvoir économique, aux violations répétées des droits des travailleuses et des travailleurs, aux inégalités sociales et à la discrimination, et la liste est longue. Seul un syndicalisme fort, uni et indépendant est à même de faire face à ces défis. Nous enregistrons avec fierté que le mouvement syndical a enregistré des progrès sur plusieurs fronts. Nous enregistrons que les objectifs fixés par le Congrès de Berlin en 2014 pour augmenter le nombre des affiliés à 30 millions d'adhérents a été atteint et donc venons ainsi renforcer les rangs de notre grande confédération syndicale. Chers camarades, pour répondre à la devise de notre 4e congrès, renforcer le pouvoir des travailleurs, changer les règles, nous devons défendre plus que jamais un droit inaliénable, un droit humain, un droit naturel qui est le droit syndical. Dans de nombreux pays, ce droit est violé, bafoué par les employeurs et par les gouvernements, notamment dans les firmes multinationales, et ce à travers les chaînes mondiales d'approvisionnement. Le droit de grève doit être également protégé. La CIC doit jouer un rôle plus offensif au sein de l'Organisation internationale du travail pour barrer la route aux employeurs qui prônent le démantèlement de ce droit. La CIC doit également développer davantage de solidarité avec les syndicalistes opprimés, licenciés, pour venir en aide à ces syndicalistes dans leur pays et pour renforcer le pouvoir du syndicalisme. Au Maroc, chers camarades, au Maroc, le mouvement syndical, toutes tendances confondues, fait face avec force aux violations du droit syndical et aux tentatives de restreindre le droit syndical. Nous luttons également pour instaurer un véritable dialogue social et de véritables négociations collectives. Chers camarades, pour terminer, nous soutenons la déclaration du Congrès et vous trouverez toujours les travailleuses et les travailleurs marocains à vos côtés et je vous remercie pour votre attention. Merci.
Mes amis, dear friends, good morning. It's a pleasure for me to address you from the Mauritius Trade Union Congress, a confederation. I think it is the first confederation created in Mauritius. Today, the theme of this ITUC Congress is building power and changing rules. What has to be changed? What should we bring in our agenda so we build power and to bring changes? The one and foremost criteria which we have to take care of is that we should prepare a succession plan for other people to come in the union, for young people to come in the union. Because now with the type of work which is being created, youth are being called to work long hours, both on shift system, and this debarred them of the right to come to join union and to be active in union. This has to be corrected. The second issue which we have to change is to go and meet people who are not members of unions. And these are the people who badly need the unions because they are poor people, they are people who work at the very low level, and they are people also who don't have this higher education background. It is important that we prepare ourselves. We go massively in sectors, especially in the manufacturing sector, to reach these people and to make them, enroll them as a member of trade union. One deterrent in Mauritius is that many people in the private sector are not members of union. Some because they do not want to become members, others because the management is hostile in the presence of union leaders. This has to be corrected. To correct this is that we should build common platform within organization, within one country, and prepare strategies to go ahead. Again, also in Mauritius, we have long-awaited amendment in the labor laws. We have been waiting for 4 years since the new government has come into power, and let's hope that this very year the amendment which we are seeking will come into force, because one of the mandate of this government is to better protect workers of the country. Dear friends, as we have said during this Congress, the management, the officials of trade unions are being old. We should prepare a succession plan. We should toil. We should call them, give them training, and then prepare the succession plan so that the union's fate are left in good hands. One last thing which we have to do is to prepare a very good platform within one country, within one regional bloc, and within the continent. And what we should do is quite good networking so that we can achieve our goal. Long live Mauritius, long live ITUC. Thank you very much.
Brothers and sisters, the Congress, we are coming here to discuss the worker situation all over the world, especially as it concerns the workers of Somalia. As you know very well, Somalia has been associated with all sorts of problems, especially with regard to the violence, terrorism, insecurity, and instability. The situation in Somalia has been improving in terms of the respect of workers, in terms of the establishment of unions that are standing up and defending the workers' voice, that are protecting the interests and the rights of workers. But this is not coming without any price. The violence which is very prevalent in our country is disproportionately targeting the workers who are innocent civilians, who are going for their life, for their work, and they wanted to earn for their families. But their life is cut short. They are being disrupted. Their workplaces have become insecure. The hotels, the public places which are bombed, which suicide attacks are taking place. These are problems that are facing the workers for many years. And for the past few years, these have become repeated attacks. Colleagues, the most serious enemy for the workers of Somalia is impunity, culture of impunity, where their rights are abused at workplaces, where their bosses are exploiting them, where there are no laws that are protecting the country, because our laws, our labor laws, are laws that were enacted 1972 when the military government was ruling our country. And that shows you the laws that exist in the country are undemocratic. They do not protect the rights of workers as enshrined in the Constitution of Somalia, which was adopted the year 2012. But also more problematic is Somalia's laws are not in line with the ILO standards. This is a problem for all of us, and this is an uphill task that we are engaging. So what we have done is to engage the federal government of Somalia to conduct a legal reform regime. That is very important for us, because stable, peaceful Somalia, which is taking the path of stability and democracy, will never be possible to be achieved when such undemocratic, unprogressive legal regimes are in our statute books. So that legal reform system is continuing. But also, colleagues, one very important issue also in our society is the protection of the existence of free and independent unions. For many years now, we have been fighting for the preservation of the rights and the freedom for free and independent trade unions to exist in Somalia. We have seen for many years where government officials have come out openly and to say a trade union which does not have the blessing of a government cannot exist and must not exist, and they need to be crushed or they need to be disbanded. Our union meetings were disbanded, but our members were killed, but that has not stopped our resolve. We stood up, we said no to violence, we said no to oppression, and we said we have a fundamental constitutional right to exist. That right is non-negotiable. No matter how many of us are killed, no matter how many of us are taken to prison, no matter how many of us their communication is intercepted under surveillance, security surveillance, we said we stand tall for our rights and for our freedoms. These are inalienable rights which we stand for the defense. I must tell you, colleagues, that the situation after all this struggle has become, something that is unbearable for our government to continue. Those who have been trying to oppress us, they started thinking twice. They know that we are naming and shaming them. They know that we are exposing their impunity. We are showing them that they are anti-trade union forces. We have made them clear that our rights is not something that we are going to negotiate with them. We have these fundamental rights to exist. And if anybody wants us to think that we are going to negotiate, we said no. We are existing here and we are a force for progress. We do not accept all sorts of stigmatization, delegitimization, and criminalization of the trade unionism in our country. We said trade unionists are not criminals. Trade unionists cannot be delegitimized under the whim of a minister or a rogue government official sitting in his office. What we are demanding is that a social dialogue, full respect of the constitution of the country, full respect of the right for trade unions to exist freely and independently, our right to organize our colleagues and unionize them to defend the interest of the workers. It is only us who can speak for workers. We are telling them the violence against workers, the impunity that is being waged against workers will not last. No matter how long it takes, our holy struggle will continue and we are going to win this fight. Our colleagues all over the trade union movement, we would like to tell you one thing, that you have shown very kind heart and solidarity for our struggle in Somalia. We tell you big thank you. You have shown us an extreme solidarity to our struggle, and it is being felt by the working men and women in the streets of Mogadishu and in the streets of every region of Somalia. But what we want to tell you is there will be no peace, no stability, and no democratic governance in Somalia without workers' voices are being heard. Those who bear the brunt of the conflict, most of it are the working men and women and their families. We are saying to them, no reconciliation, no peace, no stability, no national development without workers' voices being heard and respected. Solidarity, colleagues. Thank you very much.
Merci. Je félicite Sharon de sa nomination. J'encourage Susanna sur l'élection. Je remercie mon secrétaire général de m'avoir permis aujourd'hui aussi de prendre la parole, Modigiro. de faire partie de la délégation du Sénégal. Je remercie tout le monde et tous les congressistes. Je viens partager, nous avons eu des slogans, des thèmes concernant les femmes. Comptez avec nous. Et aujourd'hui, renforçons le pouvoir. Mais quel pouvoir? Nous disons le pouvoir de la femme. Renforçons le pouvoir et pour le centenaire du BIT, nous aurons l'avenir du travail. Et en parlant de l'avenir du travail, nous sommes obligés de parler de l'avenir du travail et le droit de la femme travailleuse. C'est sur ce que notre réseau, le réseau national des femmes syndicalistes du Sénégal, dans le cadre de son orientation, de sa vision, a pu être un cadre pour opérationnaliser aussi ces concepts. Comptez avec nous, le pouvoir qui revient des droits des femmes travailleuses et aussi faire de telle sorte qu'on puisse faire défendre et promouvoir la femme travailleuse par les femmes, avec les femmes et pour les femmes. C'est ce que nous avons cherché à avoir au niveau de notre cadre. Ce cadre, qui est un cadre de défense, a pris en charge toutes les femmes travailleuses. Ça veut dire les femmes au niveau de la société civile au Sénégal, les femmes au niveau du secteur de l'économie informelle, les femmes rurales, les femmes vendeuses de rue, les femmes domestiques et autres, pour qu'elles aient un cadre où s'épanouir. Il y aura l'expertise nécessaire au niveau de ce cadre, le RENAFES, le Réseau national des femmes syndicalistes, l'expertise nécessaire pour faire le travail. Et nous allons concevoir ensemble une stratégie pour la représentation des femmes ciblées pour les femmes du RENAFES. Nous voulons équilibrer au niveau du Sénégal à tous les niveaux pour que la femme puisse être là et bien présente à ce niveau-là, au niveau de ces sphères. Le RENAFES, je voulais en parler et je partagerai avec les congressistes ici présents. Le RENAFES est notre cadre à nous femmes. Nous voulons faire de ce cadre ce que femme veut, ce que nous voulons que ce cadre soit. Malheureusement, nous subissons certaines violences, mais il n'y a pas de problème, nous allons avancer. C'est tout simplement pour dire que nous voulons qu'on respecte le choix de la femme travailleuse, qu'on puisse respecter notre dignité et faire de telle sorte que ces violences et harcèlements des femmes, qu'on ne puisse pas les maintenir et les promouvoir. Nous, femmes, à tous les niveaux, nous voulons être la marche des femmes au pouvoir. Le RENAFES est né à partir de la deuxième conférence mondiale des femmes de la CIC à Dakar, organisée à Dakar. Et après les conclusions, nous avons eu l'initiative de fédérer toutes les femmes. Donc ce cadre est un cadre qui fédère toutes les femmes. Et nous avons pris en charge les 40% des jeunes femmes pour pouvoir les former et les amener à assurer une bonne relève au niveau de ces cadres. Nous voulons qu'aujourd'hui, au niveau du mouvement syndical, qu'on compte avec nous. Nous voulons, au niveau du milieu du travail, que la femme soit respectée et occuper sa place. Maintenant, les revendications dans le cadre des conventions, de certaines conventions, qu'on puisse être avec les femmes de la société civile pour pouvoir nous aider à peser de notre poids et obtenir ce que nous voulons auprès de certains gouvernements. Nous avons fait de la violence. Nous avons lancé ce concept. Et aujourd'hui est un jour important pour nous au Sénégal, d'autant plus que il y a le cadre des femmes, dans le cadre du lancement des séjours d'activisme. On parlera du milieu du travail, chose qui n'a jamais été faite. Mais nous allons parler au moins cette fois-ci du milieu du travail. Et nous allons nous préparer en conséquence concernant les séjours pour avoir un bon argumentaire, un plaidoyer pour aller, pour qu'on ait, pour cette année-ci, une convention et une recommandation. Camarades, je vous remercie de votre aimable attention pour vous dire comptez avec les femmes. Au niveau du Sénégal, c'est le RENAFES en marche et nous irons loin, Inch'Allah. Merci.
Brothers and sisters at Congress, good morning to you all. So, as the immediate past chairperson of the Youth Committee, and also on behalf of my deputy, Jose Luis Lopez, I would like to say thank you to all members of the ITUC Youth Committee at the organizational level, regional level, and also at global level for the support given us during our term of office, and also say congratulations to the new members of the Youth Committee. Here at Congress, we've been talking about building workers' power. And as youth and young workers, one of the things we believe in is that building workers' power requires numbers. But then how do we get the numbers if as trade union we don't commit the issue or the topic of youth employability? On that basis, CNV International supported the young people here at Congress in organizing a side event on Tuesday, 4th December 2018. And at that side event, the ITUC youth and young workers discussed the importance, challenges, and trade union strategies for promoting youth employability. In the course of the group discussion, a lot of interesting things came up. But then as a group, at the end of the event, we came to the following conclusions and we would like to suggest them to Congress. 1, that in addition to securing decent work for youth in precarious and informal employment, trade unions should be proactive in promoting access to decent jobs for the unemployed youth, both men and women. And in that regard, ITUC affiliates should pay attention and commit to promoting youth employability. If we have more young people in decent employment, then we have the opportunity of recruiting and enhancing our numbers and therefore building workers' power. 2, the side event group strongly recommended that the achievement of the minimum of 30% youth participation in all activities of the trade union at all levels should be something that we need to prioritize. And also on 30% youth representation in the leadership structure. The General Secretary, who spoke not too long ago, talked about building a succession plan, and we strongly agree to that. And so we want to say that at least a minimum of 30% youth participation in all trade union activities at all levels and representation in the leadership structure should be something that we make a priority now until the 5th ITUC Congress in 2020. And in that way, we request Congress to commit to investing in leadership development and innovative youth-specific programs to attract more young people into the union. Finally, is to say that if we see young people as an integral part of the union now and in the future, then we must commit to this cause. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm the president of the Mauritius Labour Congress, a confederation whose membership is open to both private and public sectors workers. And beside being the president of the Mauritius Labour Congress, I'm also presiding the destiny of the Conseil des syndicats of Mauritius, that is the Council of Trade Union. My message today here is to convey our message of solidarity to all workers around the world. We are here today to share our experiences and learn from the experiences of workers of other countries, especially about the labor laws in other countries, the social security and social justice, youth and employment, And especially, why not climate change? Because climate change is also the concern of workers. Workers around the world today are facing the same problems, the same challenges, and we need today to share our experiences so as we can improve our condition of service. The world being a global village today, especially with digitalization and the movement of workers. Especially in Mauritius, you have migrant workers coming from China, Bangladesh, India, and other countries. So migrant workers should be respected, should be welcomed and treated as workers in our own countries. Refugees also should be treated humanely. We have wars in every country. So today our message is clear. We have to send a clear and firm message to the world. First of all, stop violence against certain countries, against women, against innocent children, especially what's happening nowadays in Syria, in Palestine, in Sri Lanka, and other countries. We must say to respect the sovereignty of certain countries. We must tell certain countries, big brothers, that to stop interfering in the internal affairs of certain countries, to liberate the oppressed people, and to help workers around the world. I will end by sending a message to all these people who are encouraging wars around the world that please don't sow the seed of hatred. You will get war. Instead, sow the seed of love and you will get peace. Solidarity with workers of the world. Viva!
Dieu merci. Bonjour camarades congressistes. Je m'appelle Sophie Daniel Kourouma, membre du secrétariat exécutif de la Confédération nationale des travailleurs de Guinée, CNTG Guinée. De ce congrès, la CSI gagne, mais elle a à relever de grands défis qui assaillent aujourd'hui les travailleuses et les travailleurs de l'Afrique. En Guinée, depuis la nomination d'un Premier ministre hostile aux mouvements syndicaux, le dialogue social a nettement et complètement régressé. Conséquence, des mouvements sociaux en permanence, des grèves suivies d'arrestations, d'emprisonnement et de condamnation pour fait de grève. Des dispositifs musclés de jeeps de la gendarmerie, des camions à eau chaude devant la bourse du travail pour intimider les syndicalistes. Chose qui est une violation flagrante des droits humains et syndicaux. Voilà, chers congressistes, le climat dans lequel le mouvement syndical évolue aujourd'hui en Guinée depuis la nomination de ce gouvernement. C'est pourquoi nous sollicitons auprès de la CSI Afrique, qui d'ailleurs, il faut le dire du haut de cette tribune, nous a toujours accompagnés et soutenus. Mais nous le sollicitons davantage, la CSI Afrique, la CSI, de nous renforcer pour le respect de nos droits à travers le dialogue social qui est complètement bafoué aujourd'hui en Guinée. Vive la solidarité syndicale, vive le dialogue social. Je vous remercie.
Good morning to everyone who has attended the ITUC Congress. My name is Rose Omamo. I come from Central Organization of Trade Unions Kenya, that is COTU Kenya. I am also the General Secretary of Amalgamated Union of Kenya Metal Workers, which is a male-dominated union with 90% male and 10% female. And I come to speak about organizing the informal sector. Central Organization of Trade Unions Kenya have now ventured into organizing the informal sector, and we started by organizing the Wanakikomba Biashara, that is the biggest informal market in the country, and we organize the informal sector through their unions. And their unions are not trade unions, but they are cooperatives and circles whereby they register as members. We have seen that the informal sector is enlarging, it is growing, it is becoming very big, and the formal sector is shrinking. So we looked at how do we as trade unions become relevant, because we want membership and we want our voices to be heard. And so we resolved at organizing the informal sector, whereby my own union, which is the Metal Workers Union, now organizes the workers in the mechanics, panel beaters, spray painters, welders, and fabricators. And we realized when we did the context analysis, we realized that we have a bigger potential membership in the informal sector. And so we started by organizing the informal sector. And when we started organizing, we asked ourselves a question: how do we formalize the informal? And for us, as Central Organization of Trade Unions, we realized that formalizing the informal sector will need putting down policies, laws, and regulations that will cater for informal sector. And right now, Central Organization of Trade Unions is working together with the Ministry of Labor to put down laws and regulations that will cover the informal sector, because we realized that they were not covered by any law, and therefore it was difficult for them to even be recognized. So they didn't have the spaces, and that is why we decided to bring them together, work with them so that they can get their spaces right, and so that they can also know how to bargain. So in the process, we also teach them we educate them on collective bargaining, and we educate them on decent work, because we want their work to be decent. Even in the markets where they operate, there should be some sense of decency in what they are doing. And so I want to call upon all other trade unions in different countries globally. Let us come together, let us organize informal sector in our countries so that they can also be recognized by the laws, by the policies, by the regulations that we have in the countries. We are happy because we have seen this working for us, and we are ready to team up with other organizations that are organizing informal sectors in their countries, so that we can also borrow some leaves from them and they can borrow some leaves from us, so that we can work in unity and in solidarity and make sure that we walk together, that we work together, that we win the voices of the informal sector, and that we represent them effectively. Thank you very much.
I'm here to attend the Congress of the ITCU, and I'm here as Mugwana Maluleke, representing COSATU, but also the General Secretary of the South African Democratic Teachers Union, but also the Vice President of Education International. I am here to urge Congress, as we talk about building workers' power and changing the rules, to say if as labor we are to unleash the power that we have collectively, we will then be able to can deal with climate change. And therefore, I am here to say it is very important to act collectively than to act as an individual. We need to be able to challenge the narrative of the neoliberal agenda and dogma that celebrate this hyper-individualism, and rather we have to ensure that we consolidate workers' power to change the rules around climate change. Global warming is a reality, and therefore, whilst we are concentrating on the 25% of electricity as the cost of emission, we have got to also address the 75% that causes this emission. And the 75%, we've got to deal with 24% of the emission that is caused by agriculture. We've got to deal with 21% that is caused by manufacturing, 14% that is caused by public transport or transportation, and clearly our houses, which causes 6% of global or climate change and global warming, and the rest being the 10% on miscellaneous issues that are very important for us to be able to address global warming. Global warming turbocharges tornadoes, cyclones, and typhoons that affect humanity. They affect our environment. And neoliberal is undercutting our power as the workers to continue to be telling us that we must act as individuals instead of acting as a collective. We are here to say the message is very clear. Let's unite. Let's consolidate our workers' power and making sure that indeed we change the rules. Let us be at the negotiations table when we talk about climate change. Let us make sure that it's not only business and government, but the workers are represented, because the workers are the defenders and they are the protectors of democracy. The workers can make sure that indeed we drive an agenda to change our environmental behavior and ensure that we protect this environment and protect the future of our people. And therefore the message to the Congress is, let's act as a collective. Let's ensure that we unleash the workers' power to change the rules and change them for the future. And I want to say, forward with the power of the workers, and congratulate the leadership under Sharon to take forward the unity of our workers so that we can go back to our countries and ensure that indeed we educate ourselves, we educate everyone to protect the environment, because there will be no business, there will be no life without the protection of the environment. However, the message is to the conglomerates, is to multinational companies, is to government. Do not act alone. You have got to act as a collective and invest more in changing the behavior around global warming and the climate change, because it is a reality. Long live ITUC, long live.
I bring you fraternal greetings from the Nigerian Labour Congress and the working people and men of Nigeria. This Congress provided us an opportunity to look at the past, the present, and the future, and how we can be able to organize more effectively to bring about results and make sure that we're able to represent the interests of the working people, men and women across the globe. The first issue to peace around the world and also to ensure social justice is the issue of ensuring that our democratic rights and interest is protected. Working class must work to instill an order, a new order, where people's interests will be central to any democratic process across the globe. In many countries today, workers' rights have been alienated. Many interest groups have actually taken over the political platform, and this ought not to be. And therefore, the fight must continue. We must realize and strategically align ourselves to progressive forces that actually will sustain the campaign for social justice, but importantly, is also how to ensure that social justice is made available to all workers. Conflicts is perverse, particularly in my region and Africa. Conflicts have been very perverse, arising from inequality. Today, we have over 1 billion people that are actually living below the poverty line. We cannot have peace. We cannot have stability if already majority of our people have been alienated from social justice, alienated from quality education, alienated because of the fact that our governments and system want to privatize education, they want to privatize health, they want to privatize utilities. We cannot have a system in place that already where global wealth have more than tripled over the last 10 years, but yet poverty have increased. And therefore there is an unequal world that is in place, a new order of economic reality that is actually shrinking the gains that we have been able to make. And therefore, we must regulate economic power. There must be new models of trade. There must be quality public service. There must be fair tax system where both the poor and the rich will pay a tax that is commensurate to what they earn. Until we are able to fight for all of this, then workers' issue will continue to be under the control of those powerful forces. On the issue of just transition, as I said earlier, global wealth increased by over 30% in the last 10 years. And GDP has also grown over threefolds in the past 20 years. Poverty have remained very, very rampant. Poverty in most of our countries have become out of proportion. And these have been a tool to make sure that conflict is now the order of the day. And therefore, going forward, I think it's important for this conference to see how Recommendation 2005, where the issue of peace and decent work will actually complement whatever effort that have been in place. And therefore, we are strongly advocating that at national level, at regional level, and at the global level, we must work in conformity and also drive the process of serious engagement to bring about just transition and make sure that all of us are on the same page. The issue of equality is also something that is very important. Inequality is all-time high. Women's rights are being denied. In most cases, women have become tools of violence. And therefore, we need inclusiveness for all. For us to have peace around the world, there must be inclusiveness. And therefore, we must have a charter to try to demand from all our political leaders and also our unions, including our global union, to ensure that women's rights must continue to be a right that is universal. Women's rights must continue to be ensured that it is not undermined, but particularly violence against women. And therefore, we thought that working together, having timeline, and championing this cause across globe will assist us in actually meeting a new level. And therefore, this wonderful conference provides us an opportunity to do that. And I think we must also celebrate the successes we have been able to make as an organization, because today ITUC is a global name. We have earned the respect of employers, we have earned the respect of various governments, and therefore we cannot be under any illusion to think that our organization will be weakened. Our organization will continue to strengthen and continue to also work stronger, and therefore we must look at issues from all perspectives, but importantly we must also celebrate our successes as we look into the future to confront all challenges from all facets of our engagement. Thank you very much.
My name is Agnes Kim Atwoki. I'm the chairperson for women workers in Uganda, and I'm also a member of the governing body of ITUC Afro. The issue of women in Africa is essential. Everybody knows that without the women, the nation can't be. Because we are, the nation is there. But global, especially in Africa, we've realized that women are given a second chance. Women they are vulnerable in many issues, but very few people are taking women's issues very serious. A case in point, when it comes to social protection, remember, most of our women in Africa, particularly, even globally, 50% are working in the informal sector. Leave alone the population. We are the majority. When you go to markets, you go to informal sectors, you go to homes, you go to schools, you find women are the majority. Being the mothers of the nations, they need social protection. ILO Convention was ratified, but implementation of ILO conventions in our countries is a problem, including my country, Uganda, where I come from. Most of our women, they don't have social protection, they don't have maternity protection. Even those who are in the informal sector, they are not given a chance. One time, I told them that if women are not given social protection, they are not given maternity protection, they don't have these rights, we are going to lead them to strike, and then we don't produce more kids for them, because without us, there will be no labor. Yes. So we are appealing to ITUC Afro, ITUC Global, and all other relevant bodies to ensure that all these relevant laws in our CBAs, in our countries, ILO conventions are ratified, which are ratified by our countries, are enforced, to ensure that our women issues are taken as a priority, because women are the mothers of all nations. Without women, nothing can be done. I also want to appeal to our countries. Now back to my country in Uganda. The issue of minimum wage, which is not there, is affecting women mostly, because remember, most of our women are the ones who are in the low, they are the less educated, the low paying jobs, and at the end of the day, they get a peanut, they take a peanut back home. These mothers, they have triple roles. Their money has a lot of multiplier effects in the families and the society. So there should be relevant laws which are protecting women. Leave alone those who are already in the formal sector. Some of them are fearing to produce because they don't have daycare centers. The people in the multinationals, they are not respecting the laws they find in our countries. In Uganda particularly, the laws are there, the labor laws are very clear. But these women are not given even maternity leave, which is infringing on their rights. On top of that, most of our women, because lack of jobs in most of our countries, they have to look elsewhere for jobs. Those who have gone to other countries, especially some of Arab countries who are put to book, Oman in particular, they are really enslaving our women, they are mistreating our women, they are making them do work which is not worthy human beings to do. We have rescued, they have used my office to rescue so many women who have been infringed on their rights in some of these Arab countries, Oman particularly. And we have put Oman to book. As a country, as Uganda, we are putting a sanction to ensure that our people, our women, don't go to Oman anymore. And because of that, at least our minister being a lady, Minister of Labor, Gender and Social Development, we have regulated the agencies who are taking our people in other countries to ensure that they follow the laws. These ladies are protected, they can communicate to their countries, and what they promise them to earn as a pay must be paid. So I appeal to ITUC and all our global partners to fight for the rights for women, for our women, our children, our youth together. I believe together we can.